Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Frank Lang. It is my pleasure to welcome you here. Thank you for coming to church on time, and blessings to all those who are on their way. We'll have a full house in 10 minutes. This is Marin County.
I like it. Occupy first row.
Would you all please take a moment, turn off your cell phones, and greet your neighbors. Say hello to two people.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump in your game. Hello. Wow. People are late today. Amazing. It's almost 5 after.
Great. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome again to the Golden Gate Center. The morning chant will be led by Bodhi and Stephen, and the words are on the wall.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender. We are love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender. We are luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening.
Now, please join me in welcoming our community spiritual leader, Carol Huntley.
Oh, good morning. It looks a lot like Christmas, doesn't it? So, welcome to all of you who are visiting friends and family or who found us for the first time. We hope you feel right at home. If you're comfortable, just turn within by closing your eyes, and let me remind us all that the glory of our source is all there is. That glory in all of the beautiful forms around us, in the faces that we love. The glory of our source in the unformed substance that is yet to take form. The glory of our source in the capacity to create anything. I know that I am a creation of the source. I know that for each person here. I know that we share that common ancestry that is divine. And so as we move into this season of darkness and light, I claim for each one of us that the light of the infinite grows into a mighty flame within each heart, and the light of God shines from our eyes, from our hands, in all that we say and all that we do. That as we move into this season of claiming the Christ consciousness in each soul, that we live it. We live that kind, powerful, forgiving, compassionate, beautiful, peaceful, light-filled life that is ours. I give my thanks for this and release it now into the divine law, for the law always says yes, and so it is. Amen. Good morning once again. We have just our great guys, Sechko and Mies, for music today, and they are doing a full moon concert with Joyous. The information about this is right around the table here, right around the back, on the way to coffee after the service. It's December 10th, but they're here now. So please welcome Sechko and Mies.
Well, I've tried so long you.
So now I'm trying to find my matches. Oh, there they are. It's Advent altar time. The 4 Sundays before Christmas, it's traditional to light a candle. We do it slightly differently here because we love to celebrate the solstice so much, knowing that all earthly creation loves the solstice so much, the return of the light. So we're going to sing this one little candle a few times that was honoring the earth. And we're going to sing the second little candle a few times, which is honoring the plants. And as I light these candles and we begin the song, the children are going to come down quickly and put some plants on the altar.
One little candle lighted on a wreath, the earth below prepares to glow. 2 little candles lighted on the wreath, a plant lifts up its blossom cup. 1 little candle lighted on a wreath, the earth below prepares to glow. 2 little candles lighted on a wreath, a plant lifts up its blossom cup. 1 little candle lighted on a wreath, the earth below prepares to glow. 2 little candles lighted on a wreath, a plant lifts up its blossom cup.
And next week it'll be the animals. So Michael Hart, please come up for our announcements now and bidding the darling children adieu.
And it is our moment to bless the children, and I understand, I wanted to do something because it's so cold in here that would warm us up. I understand that their topic today, however, is a matter of perspective, so I'll incorporate both of those things. So just look at the person on either side of you and notice one thing about each of those people. Okay, and now let's just stamp our feet and shake our heads up and get warm for a second. And when you're ready, people, simmer down, simmer down. And now do the same thing. Look at the person on either side of you and notice something different. We'll just change our perspective a little bit. And with that game, we'll say goodbye to our children and hope they notice lots of things about each other in life and spirit. So we like to begin our announcements portion with gratitude. And today we have somebody very special here who's going to do a demonstration for us and is giving of her time every week to give us Qigong. So let's give her a blessing of gratitude, and I'll tell you a little bit about it afterwards. So, as many of you know, we've had an 8:30 Sunday morning Qigong class here for a few months, led by Denise Aubin here. And we're switching the time to 11:30 right after service on a 3-week trial basis. So we're hoping that will attract more people to check it out and see how the practice integrates so well with our philosophy of science and mind. So Denise is here to show and tell us a little bit more about her Qigong classes. And she received her degree from the International Institute of Medical Qigong and is a certified therapist and has been doing this for over 30 years. So welcome, Denise.
Welcome, everyone. I'm going to invite you all to stand up so we can have a little experience. Oh. Okay. So we're going to start with something called shaking tree. So this will warm you all up. So we're just shaking here. And Qigong means life force, energy, skill. And we're working with the elements of the earth. So feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel that support of our loving Mother Earth. And the sky above, the heavens, the sun, the moon, the earth, supporting us from above and below. And so this is called shaking tree. We work with the seasons. This is the season of autumn. It is the metal element, the season of the lungs. It is the season of letting go, that wonderful song that we just heard. And it's really in alignment with what's happening right now. So what we're doing is releasing and letting go of what no longer serves us to create the space for our true divine virtue to come home. So we're working with breath, movement, creative visualization, and spiritual intent. So, releasing, letting go. Ha. Good. Ha. Yeah, let it go. Ha. And now let's just bring this down here to a close and just feel how tingly you are. That's the life force energy. That's the Qigong, life force energy skill. Cultivating Qi. So feel that. Good. Now we're going to come and we're going to be doing some tapping. So you're going to tap your chest and watch Jay and Mary. I've got a little thing here. So tapping and thumping here. This is your thymus gland. It is responsible for white blood cells, T cells. This is for your immune system. And it really opens up the heart, and fear constricts the thymus gland. So we want to really release that fear and come into love, joy, happiness in the heart where all healing is done. And now we're going to just come and we're going to tap down your arm here, releasing any stagnation or blockages, and give yourselves a hand. Woo-hoo! Coming up the back side here, coming all the way up. Tapping here, tapping, tapping. Good. Good job letting go. Release that arm. Let it go. Good job. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Good. Now coming the opposite side again, thumping here on your thymus gland. Good. Ha. Now let's make a ha sound. Ha. Feel that vibration right in the thymus gland. Ah. Good. Coming into that place of joy where all healing is done in the heart. Good. Coming down. Good. Breaking up any stagnation here again. Woohoo! Symmetry. Give yourselves a hand. Good job. Coming up the back side, all the way up. Good. And break up that cement block. Anybody else got that? And break it up. Good job letting go. Good. Okay, we're going to just send it up. Crossing the midline. We're balancing right and left hemispheres of the brain. Good. Good. And now just stop here for a second and shake off. Now we're going to come right into what we call Tarzan and Jane. Okay, we're just going to... Connect to the heavens and the earth. Connecting to the earth and the heavens. And bring this down in a shower of light, front, center, back of the body, connecting to the sun, the moon, the stars, filling yourself with divine, white, heavenly light as you open up to the inspiration of the heavens. And then just coming inside here to yourself, taking a nice, deep breath. Hands to the heart in prayer position. Sending unconditional love and gratitude to yourself as you feel the beating of your heart, and that life which beats your heart beats all hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So moving on quickly, most of what we have, everything we have going is here in your purple bulletin for the day. Just a couple of things I'll mention. We do have Quick Start Today, which is a great beginning introduction to our philosophy for anybody who hasn't been here for long. Gail's teaching it. Sign up over at Education. We have a Visioning with Janet on Wednesday. We have Spirituality and Business with Sarah on Thursday. We have the Homeward Bound holiday party, and we could still use a couple of cooked turkeys and some help with cleanup. Sign up over at the events table for that. And that's coming this coming Saturday, so if something is niggling in you, please do sign up to help with that today. And on next Sunday, we have Scott Grace's workshop on the art of conscious relationships. And also, for the first time today, over on the events table also, you'll see our giving tree. This is our Christmas giving tree, where you can pick up a tag of a gift that you'd like to buy for a homeless family temporarily housed in the Homeward Bound facilities. And the children make a request. You choose which one you think would be fun to fulfill, and sign up over there. They've got directions for all of that. And finally, set your calendar for our wonderful winter solstice celebration on Friday, December 23rd. And we'd love to have you put up flyers in your community haunts. There's a volunteer sign-up sheet on the events table. And now I'm turning it over to Carol, our wonderful spiritual leader, for one more announcement.
That was so fast. That was really fast. Oh. I love it that everything that's happening so far is about release and letting go, which is my topic this morning. But before that, I do want to say that I am leading a sacred journey end of May from Paris to Stonehenge. And we are stopping along the way at the Brittany Stone Rose, and we're going to Guernsey, we're going to Winchester Cathedral, all ancient sites in the midst of shopping and pubs and prayer and dancing. And so if you're interested, there's a sign-up sheet at the events table, and I have information as well. Lastly, on your bulletin, there is an empty space right here. One of the things I'm starting to prepare for next year, 2012, an amazing year filled with a lot of energy already. And I would like to know the words, the sacred words that you would like illumined in your heart and mind. So if you... grace might be one of them for you. Anything like that. Healing might be one. Or if you really want to know the Science of Mind take on sin, that's a good word, don't you think? So if you would write the words that you would like wisdom about for next year, that would be great. And you can leave these white sheets on the purple paper in my hand or at the Welcome Newcomers table, and we'll pick them up. Okay? So our altar this morning that emphasizes the beautiful plants of planet Earth was done by Alexandra McGuire, and it's just beautiful with the cypress and all of the angels and the poinsettia and everything. So thank you, Alexandra. So December, huh? What do you think? Amazing. Last chapter of this book. We're going to say goodbye to this book in 4 more Sundays. And the theme for this month is telling the we story. And you know what that means. That means that we are all brothers and sisters, and what is good for one is good for all. And so telling that we story really means that each one of us individually brings our very best self into the world, into the we, so that the world can evolve and we can bring heaven to earth. That's basically it. So we do our work not only for ourselves, but for all of our brothers and sisters. And how many of us make New Year's resolutions or intentions? We're going to have a wonderful intention workshop for you, but even prior to making those New Year's resolutions, and even prior to the solstice, when we talk about that light that wants to emerge through us in the coming year, and even before Christmas, when we talk about the Christ consciousness being born in each one of us, if we are going to do the good work of intention setting and bringing the light and bringing the Christ consciousness, there's something that we need to do ahead of that. And it's already been mentioned several times this morning, and that is letting go of what no longer serves us, so that we can bring the purity of a white heart into the clear consciousness into the new year. So if you are carrying emotionally debilitating baggage, let it go, is the message. So So let's talk about a little bit of what to let go of, because it's sort of course, it's different for everyone. We're all on different paths, variations on the same path, but in order to know what to let go of, we have to learn what it feels like to have a diminishing, debilitating consciousness that we live through. Now, some of us, that is such a habit that we have sort of a debilitating, less than consciousness that we live through, that we really kind of have to be very focused on that because it feels normal. Do you know what I mean? So, if it's important that you don't go unconscious if there is something in your environment that pushes a button that makes you, for me it's kind of rolling my shoulders in and thinking, that feeling. So, so all of our interior work, I mean, that's the clue for me if I feel that cringing feeling. The interior work throughout our time as New Thought artisans is to discover the beliefs that we have in our conscious or in our subconscious, and then to find the meaning that we have attached to those beliefs. So it's a two-pronged thing here. We identify what beliefs we have, and then the emotional meaning that is attached to those beliefs. And of course, I'll give you some examples. But if this is sounding like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, get a prayer from a practitioner today and then sign up for classes when they start in the winter, because that is the work of a Science of Mind artisan. So here's an example. If you have a belief, I ought to have a loving partner. I notice they're not here. But the belief is, I ought to have a loving partner. That's a belief. The meaning that you could attach to that is very diverse, depending on who you are. Because if you hold that belief, I don't have a loving partner, what an opportunity to accept that blessing. That's one meaning, like a happy anticipation is a meaning that you could attach to that belief. Of course, you could also attach, I am undesirable, I am incapable of having a relationship, and other people have taken all the good ones. Or others. But you see, that the meaning that you attach to that belief is either expansive with possibility or debilitating with resentment, jealousy, and shame. Here's another one. A belief you might have is, I will never have as much money as some other people. I just can't. I believe that I won't have as much money as, the bankers. But another story. So with that belief, I can attach a meaning of kind of comfort. Wow, I don't have all that to worry about, and all of my needs are met anyway by the people who love me and supply me, and by God. So it's kind of like, wow, I don't have to worry about that. Or the meaning that you could attach to it is, life is so unfair. That's unfair, that somebody has more money than me. So you see how, just by my describing it, if you stepped into the life of each of those sets of beliefs and meanings, you would feel expansive or you would feel contracting. And if the meaning that you attach to beliefs makes you feel small, depressed, angry, ashamed, or self-punishing, that's what you need to let go of. Okay? Are we clear on that? Yes. Only one caveat. If your behavior has caused someone else pain and you feel badly about that, that's okay if you stop with the self-punishment, go and make amends, ask for forgiveness, and change your behavior. So I have an apology and an amends to make this morning. You remember the back-to-school love note thing? when I told you that we were going to go from August to Thanksgiving, I was not ready for the culmination of that program at Thanksgiving, and so I slipped in that it was going to last till February. Did you notice that? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. And what I suggest you do, because some people were done with it. Some people had sent a card and flowers and presents every week, and they were so done. If you're done, reveal yourself, love that person up. And there are others who hadn't gotten started yet and were saying, oh, when is it over? When is it over? Oh, I'm going to really lavish love on my person. Now you still can do that. So when it comes to, so it's like family, you can do whatever you want. When it comes to Valentine's time, we will have a whole reveal of everybody. And in the meantime, love each other and forgive me. Okay? See? Okay, good. So back to this. Releasing and letting go is a big lot of work, because we have this little Jell-O mold in us that attracts that thing that we need to let go of. Even Ernest Holmes, who says, all you need to do is turn away from the condition and focus on what you desire, release anything unlike the blessing that you are accepting, and then that's what you'll get is the blessing. Here he says, it is not easy to release our troubles. We are prone to linger with them. But by effectual and fervent prayer, we gradually lose false thought into its native nothingness. God is perfect life, and when we enter his light, we are healed. So you can do that with prayer. You can absolutely do that with prayer. You can see a practitioner and get prayer. But if you want a little bit heavier practice with letting go, I got some for you. So there's wisdom in many traditions about letting go. And so I'm going to give you some different traditions, because remember, every single tradition that we have on this planet has brought people to God. So the first one is that wise wisdom tradition of Hinduism. They have a deity. Oh, what happened? What?
You just bumped it.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Technology and me. I'm much better in consciousness. That'll be really nice when that thing where you zap the PowerPoint and it goes. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so Shiva is a deity from the Hindu religion that is about release and transformation. Shiva is seen as a ferocious god with a lot of weapons and, severed heads and a belt around his waist. And it is about releasing and transforming the energy that is caught up in what you're worried about and chewing on and feeling demoralized and diminished by. Shiva helps us move it out. Now, in order for you, if you're here and you're thinking, I don't think I came to a Hindu temple today. Ernest Holmes, our founder, wrote this amazing epic poem. It's called The Voice Celestial. And in The Voice Celestial, he takes every single wisdom tradition of our planet and relates it to our teachings. And so this is about the Hindu religion, where he's talking about Krishna and comparing Krishna and Christ, actually. Such souls are seen and heard, and so become to us the voice of God. How dazzling is the vision they inspire. Yet tragic oft their fate, misunderstood alike by all, condemned and persecuted by the race, their mission misconceived by those who wish to chain the seeing soul to monstrous creed of fallen man redeemed by suffering. That is not what we want to do. So, going on with Krishna and Christ, it is their word that thou art that a God concealed within. Revere each avatar for what he was, a soul who lived as you yourself can live, a soul who knew what you yourself can know, a soul who was what you yourself can be. And so if you like the power of Shiva, you say, Shiva, take this shame from me. And just imagine that that is happening. That is a great release. In another tradition, the Celtic religions, the ancient Celtic religions, there was a goddess called Caradwen. And Caradwen had a cauldron. And Caradwen would cook in her cauldron all of the life force that was no longer needed. Everything that you wanted to get rid of, you put into Caradwen's bubbling cauldron, and then she would ladle it out as new life. Now, she had a boy that helped her, Taliesin, who actually became one of the greatest bards in all of Celtic history. She left Taliesin stirring the cauldron and said, don't drink any of it. But Taliesin stirred a little bit too vigorously, and some of the bubbling stuff in the cauldron burned his finger. He put his finger in his mouth to ease the pain, and his mind was opened. And the story goes on from there. Caradwen was very angry, but Taliesin got his life of the bardic poetry of the ancient Celtic times. And so if you like Caradwen, you can say, Caradwen, take my regret and my guilt, and it'll go right into that cauldron and be transformed into energy that's useful for another. So if those two things are a little too woo-woo for you, I'm teaching this amazing class now called Prosperity Plus, and every week we have a video of Mary Mannon Morrissey doing some of the teaching in this class. So Mary Mannon Morrissey has this amazing story. Here's this woman who is, she has a business that is global for transforming lives in a positive way. Now, when she was in high school, she was also very, very accomplished. And as a junior, she was on every honor thing everywhere. And when her senior year started, she was pregnant. And so she went to night school because the principal wouldn't let her go to school with the normal girls. So she got married to the father of her baby, and the next summer, after she had a baby that was a few weeks old, she found herself near death in the hospital because she had severe kidney disease, and one of her kidneys was essentially dead. Now, this is very interesting because the toxins of hating herself and carrying the shame of getting pregnant when she wasn't supposed to affected the purifying organ of her body. She was filling her body with toxins, and her kidneys couldn't keep up. And so one of them was dead and the other one was half dead. And she had a few weeks to live. She was in the hospital before the operation to take out the one kidney and see how bad the other kidney was. And a chaplain came in to see her and pray with her. I think that chaplain must have been a Science of Mind practitioner, because she said, could you imagine that all of the self-hate and the shame that you have carried, you could put in the kidney that they're going to take out tomorrow? Could you do that? And so the practitioner worked on that, Mary worked on that. And when she had the operation the next morning, the kidney that was filled with necrosis, they removed, but they said the other kidney didn't look as bad as they thought it would, and she may have a little bit more time to live. Well, decades so far, because she let go of that self-hate. Now, one personal story. I don't think any of you here saw my blue pajamas. I had blue pajamas that I never took them on trips, but they were so comfy. And I wore them for years and years and years so that there was no elastic in the waistband. They were held together with safety pins. And it wasn't pretty, but it was very comfortable. And so it came to pass that the pajamas completely wore out. And so, never losing an opportunity for a personal ritual, I washed the falling apart blue jammies. I laid them out and folded them and put some present tie underneath them. And in the center, I put a list of things that I wanted to let go of that I was reminded of from when the pajamas were new. You know, I never wanted to have a neediness in me again. And I never wanted to have the ability to tell myself stories that I believed that weren't quite true. I wanted to be able to see the truth. So I put what I wanted to let go of, in the blue jammies, and I folded them up into a little package, tied them with a ribbon, and then put them in the trash, but ceremonially. And it was gone. It was gone. So here's a ritual for you for December. What I want you to do is to really give some thought. I've given you lots of examples. I imagine everyone here has had a twinge of something that feels familiar to them. I want you to look at if there is any shame, if there is any regret, if there is any smallness, if there is any pettiness, if there is any judgment for yourself or others that you can get rid of. And then I want you to take a big colored marker and write it across your calendar: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, November, October, November. You got 11 qualities that you can let go of. Just write them across your calendar pages, and then at the end of December, ceremonially release the calendar. And you can burn it and then bury the ashes. Something, but in a conscious way, saying, these ways of being don't serve me, and I am ready to let them go. Will you do that? This is a personal ritual. I want to help you with this because sometimes rituals react in us deeper than language. You know, it's something that we do, and it reacts deeper than language. And then, of course, it's important to keep up with your releasing, so that every night you can have this little practice that right before you turn your light off, anything that you regret from that day, you put into that light bulb. And when you turn it off, those qualities get turned off in your life. And be sure to come to solstice, because we have a big old magical release at the solstice that's really good for everybody. So I'd like to invite you to take all that you're contemplating and pondering now and come into the inner work with me. And if you would, have your hands palms up in your lap. We're going to take this opportunity to do a little small ritual that'll get you going on your releasing. And so, following your breath into your heart and bringing to mind anything that feels small or petty, any way of being that feels diminishing. And see if you can put that small way of being in your hands. Take it out of your shoulders, out of your neck, out of your heart, out of your gut, and put it in your hands. See it in your hands. And then wipe your palms together just like you're brushing off crumbs. And that little energy that was debilitating just gets brushed away. It disappears because there's no law to keep it there. And notice how you feel a little lighter. So then let's see if we can do some of the bigger things. Any guilt or shame, regret or resistance, a feeling of being intensely sorry for yourself, that something didn't turn out, and you feel victimized by that. Try it again. Put that into your hands. You might even wiggle your shoulders a little bit to loosen some of that, just like the Qigong. Just move it and put it in your hands. And then see if you can just brush that away too. Brush it away. And feel lighter. And since we are moving into the month of telling the we story, consider your family. For often there are ways of being in a family that are debilitating. Ways of controlling the younger generation that is passed down. Ways of belittling the ones we love. And it's just that the parents and grandparents and ancestors didn't have a way of releasing it. And by your releasing it, you can heal back up through the generations. So if there is a way of being in your family that you can put in your hands now, get it out of you and the lineage and brush it away. And then, finally, if you yourself have tried to influence another by inducing shame or guilt, by manipulating someone to do something that they really didn't want to do, but because you're who you are, they do it. And somehow, that doesn't feel so good. So for all of the ways that you have put belittling energy in the world, hold those in your hands and brush them away. And feel now. Gosh, we can even breathe better, breathe deeper. Feel the lightness. Feel the joy. Feel the light that is waking up in every cell. And know that this is the beginning already of the best year of our lives. And so it is. And sing this one chant with Bodhi and I. I am whole and complete in God. 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 So be it now and forevermore. And now please welcome Sechko and Mies once again.
wild and free. Inspiration like purple velvet colors, so wide and deep, flowing like a gust of wind, clearing out the cobwebs inside of me, washing out the basement of my soul. I awaken from an ancient sleep, and I'm in ecstasy, a diamond ecstasy, and I feel the ecstasy in my soul, and I'm in ecstasy, a diamond ecstasy, and I feel the ecstasy in my soul, in my soul, in my soul. Standing on the edge, swaying with the breeze, I learn to flow. Melting all resistance, I relax, find my strength and let it go. Way off in the distance, off to the far horizon, there's a rainbow. Beyond the worldly success, there's an internal peace that we can't know. And I'm in ecstasy, a diamond ecstasy, and I feel the ecstasy in my soul, and I'm in ecstasy, a diamond ecstasy, and I feel the ecstasy in my soul, in my soul, in my soul. Stephen Meese.
Now it is time for the ushers to get ready to accept these wonderful gifts of supply. So if you would just don't start with the baskets yet. I'd like everyone to hold their gift in their hands and put it next to their heart, and realize that there is something very precious about this community to each one here. And whereas sometimes often we give to that part of this community that is precious to us, let us imagine today, as we tell the we story, that we are giving into something that someone else feels is precious. Someone feels the music is fabulous. Someone is so grateful that we have a youth and family where their children can learn these empowering truths. Some people are so grateful that we have an active events team. So give to something today that you imagine is precious to someone else, as we weave ourselves together even more closely in love. The ushers, please receive the gifts, and we are starting with Christmas carols.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare His room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns, while in their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, and repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations through the glories of His righteousness, and the wonders of His love, and the wonders of His love, and wonders of His
So we bless this offering today and all of the love that's in it and all of the weaving together that we did. Blessed be. Oh my gosh, I love Christmas. So before we end, I just want to remind you to give me your words. If I don't know you, please introduce yourself to me. I'd love to meet you. Please see a practitioner if anything is on your heart that you would like spiritual help with. Sign up for all these wonderful things, and for sure, the giving tree is only up a couple of weeks, so we have many, many gifts to buy for the children of Homeward Bound, and this is a lot of people's favorite part of Christmas is shopping for these young kids. So Michael Hart is going to pray us out.
So I invite the practitioners on duty to come forward. These are licensed professionals who give of their time freely, so that if there's anything unsettled in you or that you'd like to celebrate further, please see one of them at the table for prayer afterwards. And with the other practitioners, surround us and hold the high watch, please. And please join with me now in spiritual mind treatment. One infinite good, one life giving of itself, one endless joy creating just by knowing itself, one abounding power leaping into form, becoming life, becoming me, becoming each one in this room. One power that at the center of its being knows only perfection, knows only the harmony, the peace of wholeness, of abundance, of creative possibility, of power, of freedom, of joy. This is the source and center of my being, and it is the source and center of being for each one here today. At the very source, at the very center, there is no limitation, there is no lack. There is nothing to let go of, nothing to release. Only the knowing of perfection, only the knowing of good. And so I speak my word for our knowing of this here and now. I call forth and claim and embrace and welcome for each one that opening in consciousness that releases in and of itself any sense of smallness, any judgment, any lack, any limitation, any hindrance, perceived hindrance at all, to the flowing through of that good, of that power, of that freedom, of that joy that are the natural heritage of each one of life's own creations. And so I embrace for each one that knowing of good that leaves room for nothing else, that releasing of each calendar quality so that there is just nothing left but the unfolding of good, the knowing of wholeness, the loving connection of oneness, the freedom and possibility of creativity. And in this knowing of good, I feel that gratitude and I give great thanks. And I release this my word to the law of mind that finds the opening for good and creates it more and more and more. And so it does, and so it is. Amen.
And so please, I welcome all of you to stand for our affirmation and closing song. I release the ways of being that no longer serve me. I prepare to move ahead into my tomorrows with awareness that honors me and all those around me. As I live and love for the good of all, I am so blessed